Hey guys, what's up? I'm Hannah. Welcome back to Bowls and Plants, and today we're going to talk about sugar and if it's really all that bad. Sugars are carbohydrates which provide a source of energy in our diet when broken down into glucose. Glucose is naturally a part of many important mechanisms in our body that wouldn't really work without it. For example, it's part of the blood sugar, and it's also very essential for the brain and nervous system. But the problematic sugar is the sugar we consume, because the sugar consumed through our diet is the type of sugar that causes health issues such as obesity, type 2 diabetes, caries, and for some people even bad skin, which means breakouts and such. The problem is that humanity is distancing themselves more and more from natural sweeteners and consumes more and more industrial sugars, and those industrial sugars distort our perception of sweetness, making us crave even sweeter things over time. And since natural sweeteners usually don't cover that amount of sweetness that we crave for, we tend to go for industrial sugars. Natural sweeteners, especially the ones with fresh fruit, are pretty much perfect and pretty much the best thing you can use when you want something sweet. The big plus about this is, compared to other sugars, they also provide you with vitamins, with fibers, with minerals, with water even. So you get all the good stuff you need, plus some sugar. Smoothies, if well balanced, can actually be a whole meal. That means you need to include some fat, you need to include some protein, some carbs. So not just blended fruit and water or juice or milk. And then it can actually work as a whole meal. Put some greens in there. I have one smoothie recipe or smoothie reel on my Instagram and also on my TikTok, so check that out for inspo if you don't know what to put into your smoothie. So what about dry fruits? Maybe you've heard about the fact that dry fruits are a great source of sugar if you want to take a step back from the refined sugars and such. Dried fruit also contain fiber, they contain nutrients as well as the sugars, and also work great as a snack, so sometimes maybe try to put the chocolate away and take out some fresh fruit if you like it though. The only problem is, because they are so high in sugar, and that's why sugar is such a problematic thing, is that they do promote caries, so that's a little bit of a problem there. And I've chosen two types of granulated sugars: refined sugar, the normal like white sugar everyone knows, and the coconut sugar. The reason why is because they're like the most controversial sugars, because even I used to believe for quite a while that coconut sugar is actually healthier than refined sugar. You're gonna find out soon that it's not the case, and so I thought to kind of compare them. Refined sugar, so the normal white sugar, has a glycemic index of 60. The coconut sugar has a glycemic index of 55. The only pro you have, or the only positive thing about coconut sugar in that case, is that it contains slightly more nutrients and fibers than the refined sugar, but that overall makes absolutely no difference in general, because it's still the glycemic index that's problematic there, and the glycemic index basically something that indicates how fast the blood sugar rises after eating carbs. And since coconut sugar has a glycemic index of 55 and the normal refined sugar has a glycemic index of 60, you can basically guess that there is no major difference between these two. The thing is that sweeteners are low in energy compared to granulated sugars. They contain minerals and vitamins, some more than others. Out of all sweeteners, maple syrup is the best one, contains like the most nutrients. So what about honey? Honey isn't better, if not even worse, to be honest. Sorry to break it to you. Other than the fact that it's very, very tacky, which just promotes caries even more. It has less calories than regular sugar, which is kind of a good thing, but it's still super high in glucose and fructose, which means that the blood sugar rises very quickly and drops just as fast. That is because glucose and fructose are monosaccharides, and they make the blood sugar rise quickly and drop just as fast. So let's talk about sugar substitutes like stevia or xylitol and see if they may be the best option out there. So the cons about sugar substitutes are that, first of all, most of them are from synthetic origin. So big industries mostly produce them. You might think that because they're sugar substitutes and most people may tend to use them compared to regular sugar, that the number of obese people decreases, but there is no decrease in the number of obese people in sight. Some studies even show that they might increase weight. The pros are, not a lot, but there's still a little bit, is that sugar substitutes might even be more digestible for some people than regular sugar. So what about stevia in the end? So stevia, I wouldn't use it, I wouldn't recommend it, I just don't go with stevia. The thing about stevia is, the only pro thing is that it has no calories and so almost no effect on the blood levels, which means you don't have to worry about your blood sugar rising super fast and dropping super quickly. But there is a high risk of allergies that comes with stevia, and they're also carcinogenic. I'll leave it here. So to sum this all up, which sugar is the best, or which source of sugar is the best? So overall, any sugar can work for whatever you plan on using it for. In the end, it's totally up to you what you use. The only thing you need to remember is that sugar remains sugar, which means that you need to be careful with the amount you use if you want to. I'm not saying that you should cut sugar out of your diet completely, it's just to be aware of what sugar does to your body and just to be aware of the fact how much you add. The probably best source of sugar, if you could say so, are like natural sources such as fruit and veggies. Even some veggies contain sugar, but overall it's really up to you what you use, and you can go for whatever you want. The only thing I personally wouldn't really recommend is stevia. I've never been a fan of stevia, never used it, would never tell anyone to use it unless there is no other way around for them, because for whatever reason they have to use it. But that's the only source of sugar I would really say to keep your hands off. Other than that, do what you want and use how much you want. It's really up to you. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about that, seeing it from the side of a future nutritionist. That's enough for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. So more like nutrition, fact-based stuff, because I'd like to make some more videos like this maybe. But other than that, hope you guys will continue doing great and stick around for whenever I post next. And until then, see ya and have a good one.